easy to figure out whom is whom. Matt opted to go with no rash guard. Christopher in the black rash guard here. Matt just is always so aggressive. Even at the press conference yesterday, it looked like he was aggressive in asking questions.
It did, didn't it?
A pull to guard, some butterflies here.
And a body lock early from Cox. He's got a good deep underhook there on his left side. But this is a very, very nice guard work with that overhook from Hargett.
Seemed to signal he wanted to trap that head, maybe go for that guillotine a little bit, see if he can maybe go and parlay that into a little bit of a jump. Whenever you get somebody who's that explosive, you kind of cannot tell where they're going to go with that.
Cox trying to work this body lock pass with the arm trapped on the inside, but it doesn't really have the elbow tight enough to the ribs to make that body lock as effective as it needs to be.
Oh, give him time. He's thinking about it. But right here, you're seeing Christopher doing an excellent job making sure that body lock doesn't get too tight. Beautiful body lock defense here with a little bit of that butterfly guard, now opting to go into half.
Ooh, nice quick arm drag attempt.
Love to see that.
Cox shut it right down, though.
I just love that attempt when you have somebody that you can tell, good pressure passing, wants that body lock. That's probably going to be the way you're going to be the most successful.
You got to catch them coming in before they get too tight, though, if you're going to make that play. Did Matt Cox just try a wrist lock?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
He's looking for that Pete the Greek bonus.
Not an official bonus we give out here.
Not that we give out, but he did put a bounty out on his Instagram.
Oh, my God.
That he was looking, I think it was a $200 bounty for the first wrist lock.
God bless. Good work. I imagine they'll probably reset them sooner than later because we are dangling on the edge here, and I don't love how much could go wrong in that situation. Yep, he's thinking about it. Considering if he wants to do the touch and move them on over to the center.
Yeah, here he goes.
There we go. Thank you. And a yell at the crowd. Can't get enough of that. Good stuff. Oof. Not combat jiu-jitsu, Matt Cox.
Cox changing levels, getting down to his knees to pass. He's trying to slide that right knee through the middle. If he does that, he's going to want to post up here on his left foot just a little bit. Yeah. To try to step over. Otherwise, he's going to end up back in the closed guard like this.
And Christopher did a very, very, very good job of pulling that guard, making sure that wouldn't happen.
Matt locking his hands together.
Wanted to lift
versus
him up,
the closed guard.
Get maybe a slam there for just a split second. Doesn't quite get him high enough to create any kind of movement on that guard, though.
But you wonder what it does in such a tightly contested matchup to the judges.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just a little bit of aggression.
Action.
It's a little bit of action. It's a little bit of offense.
It is also very interesting to see Kendall giving out her cornering advice, because I feel if she was commentating it, she would have still been giving out advice.
Omoplata attempt. Cox pressuring that triangle omoplata attempt. That was really good work by Matt.
Absolutely.
That was a pretty dangerous spot.
Christopher pushes him back. Cox re-engages. Tries to grab a leg, doesn't quite get it. Engagement here by Christopher. Kendall yelling out nicely. You have to create some angles here for Christopher. It's actually pretty good advice. The problem is Cox has been very good in his movement. Shoving that knee in.
But great job by Hargett, though, using that right foot as a post in the hip to stop the guard pass.
Yep.
Favors him back towards his closed guard. Very Shanji Hiberio style guard play with that foot in the hip back into the closed guard. Able to slow down Matt Cox and keep him from being explosive, which is clearly what he's looking for.
Yep.
Explosive until he can get those hands locked, and then he wants to play tight.
Yep. It's definitely going to be the story of the match here.
Got to be careful here. A little bit of inside space creation. But Hargett throwing towards the triangle again, though.
That
Matt,
omoplata setup.
Yeah, Matt forcing him, kind of force feeding him the omoplata so he can counter it.
Now has a leg.
Oh, and this is the most significant moment of the fight, probably. Especially as
Christopher going for that toe hold attempt, can't quite get it.
Matt's going to get the belly down, and he's got a good
grip.
Straight ankle lock attempt. Hargett comes up, pushes him over into this DOA, and he's covering the mouth.
Oh, Matt Cox was looking at the time to see how much time he had to work here. It's not much, but it's still significant enough that anything could happen. It's just going to expire, and I think he knows that. But I think that might be a good move to make to try and make that impression of the judges toward the very end of the match.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the right call. He wasn't making a lot of progress in the passing. Time's winding down. You had a couple of sort of omoplata attempts from Hargett, but I got to think they're going to lean on that last. Yeah.
That's just enough to secure it.
Good match, tightly contested. I like